Now imagine yourself doing a very menial task, a task that you've been doing so many times, routinely, every single day. Then suddenly, a white light out of nowhere blinds you, and in that, you're transported to somewhere else. Uh, your eyes adjust to the light, and you see yourself in a distant mountain range, and in front, there's a beautiful, clear lake. Or you could be transported to a spooky forest, or even a beautiful lake. Uh, in this, you might encounter this in D&D, which is Dungeons and Dragons, a tabletop role playing game, a TRPG, if you will. Um, Now, this was made by Wizards of the Coast, one of the makers of Magic, a very popular game in itself. But D&D is a game where you play either as the dungeon master or the player. And in that, the dungeon master gives scenarios, different like stories to the player, and the player has to react. And that's what you do. You react to all of the different situations that you can, and then you make the story your own. Uh, more 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 about it. I'm going to be talking about what is D&D, uh, why should you play it, and why it'll make you a better person. Uh, like I said earlier, it was published a second time actually by Wizards of the Coast, but it was actually done by Tactical Studies Inc., which they published it in 1974. Why should I play D&D? Um, it's a really simple game if you know just at least the basics. It just needs paper, pencil, and some dice. And if you don't have those, sorry. There's a lot of things to do. It's an open world. You're basically it's to the wind to what you want. Like anything is possible. Uh, there's a huge community and it's very accepting. So if you like are embarrassed or like shady about how you want to exude your nerdiness, you're okay to like be yourself. Um, there's also many utilities to make your venturing even easier. Um, uh, why will D&D make you a better person? Uh, D&D is a number crunching fantasy game that is based on role playing through your character, making this a good game for both left brain people and right brain people. For left brain, these types of people will enjoy optimizing their character for the full extent to make them very OP and incredibly powerful. Um, they're more so into the chart and dice sort of way to play, and then they're more into world playing instead of world building, creating the lore, stuff like that. For right brain, for right brain people, these type of people will enjoy the escapism and the immersion of D&D, being your character, like really like feeling it, building a world around them, being the DM maybe, because you can create so many stories and some even though they're pre-made, you have so many routes to even go through that. Uh, and then creating the lore of your character as well. When you create your character, there's tons of like routes you can take in that as well. Of and like I said, creating that character in general. Um, what I talked about is what D&D is, Dungeons and Dragons, uh, why you should play, and why it will make you a better person. In conclusion, no matter if it's fact or fiction, you should always try to have fun.